our league, our world.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are here in Division 9 in the Premier League. I am your host here, Caparzo, for this incredible matchup that we're going to have here today between SVS and SOV on Pierre's farm. We look to be fully configured with all of our stats and everything for this one, so we'll get to the full TPL experience. And these two Division 9 teams coming in with a little bit different records. So SOV coming in at 1-1, having had their bye week. And then the SVS side of things coming in at 0-3, looking to get on the board. SVS will be playing the Allies here, and SOV the Axis. And we're going to have a familiar point that we've seen quite a few times here on the channel and throughout the season, and that is Pierre's farm. So all of the things that we've talked about in the past with Pierre's farm still ring true, even with the update. So first time we're seeing a Pierre's farm post update, at least me, that's the first time I'm seeing it. But Germans will obviously have to contend with Saint-Marie du Mont itself, and getting out on these tight roads out here, good opportunities for the Axis, the Allies, SOV or SVS, to get some snipes in and potentially delay their opponent. And we've had a couple weeks since the last matches have taken place, so some extra time to prepare things like that. So I'm interested to see what we get here in this one, but I think we're getting close as far as players in here. Let's do a check. 20, just missing about 3 or 4 on the SVS side here, but I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. We are well and truly into the fall season. At least here in the Northern Hemisphere, weather's changing, getting a little cooler, giving you that football weather type feeling when you're walking outside every morning. But great weekend for Hell Let Loose. As always, more people inside at the same time. That doesn't hurt, but hope everyone's also been enjoying our intro music that we've been having on the channel these last couple weeks. It's a ton of fun to be making these songs ahead of these matches and hearing it towards the teams and the maps and the matchups. I love hearing people, talking about it and giving it to the teams ahead of the matches and helping them get hype. But this is one that shouldn't need any help in getting hype. I'm really enjoying this, being able to see both teams as well. It's really, really helpful for a caster, kind of seeing and predict when certain events are going to happen, especially as we get into those really tight races for, manpower in these 30s matches. And every OP matters so much. Every SL who's live on the field is extra important, but it is tons of fun. Hopefully sooner than later we'll be underway though, and we can watch everyone's favorite part, or at least my favorite part is the opener, getting to see what these teams have prepared for. Very often in Hell Let Loose, you can't really prepare for everything, but you can put yourself in a situation where you can make sure you're not going to have any issues down the line. And the things that you can really prepare for is that 2.5 minutes that are totally free. And as long as you're staying obviously below the warm-up line, but You can see a lot of teams focus on min-maxing that time in particular. I think it's so important, especially for an up-and-coming team. They're going to want to have that really sorted out. So if you guys are newer to the channel, or maybe you're just not familiar with Division 9, we could take a look at some of the standings here thus far. It looks like ITHL and SCC, who we watched last night, SCC that is, alone at the 3-0 record. ZSR just a little bit behind with the 1 loss and 3-1. And then there's a little bit of a drop off with SOV and 2-6, and then finally SVS and 7th Cav still looking for that first win. 7th Cav having forfeited last night against SCC. SCC then electing to play against a higher division opponent in a friendly scrim that we had on the channel last night, and coming away with a victory. So good bit of boosting the morale for those guys there in Division 9 as they look to finish out the season strong in a tight race for that first seed in Division 9. SVS certainly looking to get a win here and kind of just right the ship a little bit, I guess you can say. Could also take a look at some of the rules as well. So rules for the season are as you see there, 1-man arty, indestructible nodes, and a ban on the Panther. It should be noted that there is an additional rule that was put into place after the update 18 that is pending further review after the changes that have since happened with it, but the commander artillery strike ability is also banned and cannot be used. So, personally, the way that it came out, I am in agreement with the decision by the league to ban that. The fact that it was able to destroy spawns is just, really beyond the scope of what I think a commander ability or artillery in general should have the ability to do. I think a perfect example actually is Pierre's farm, because let's say the Germans hold this mid cap. Very reasonably, the Allies are going to have a garrison here, almost guaranteed, at least behind here or behind this house or behind this little hut thing. And then based on knowing where one garrison is going to be, you say, okay, they're going to have a garrison here. Use one command artillery strike hit here, and that's going to get all of these 3 likely spots. Then you say, well, teams will build it 200 meters away, so 200 meters from here is just about here, so reasonably they might have one here. So second strike there, and then 200 meters from there, figure, okay, toss one like over here. And you could just nuke their entire frontline garrison structure and while taking it out, and then you have your artillery gun who can fill in the gaps or, wherever the team is getting the most hampered. When you combine that with the bombing run and an airhead ability and just, again, your team's regular artillery, I think that's just, in a stalemate meta that exists currently, I think that is the opposite of helping, and it once again reinforces the power of being up 3-2. So that's one of the reasons, why I'm personally for it, the ban that is. But we will see what the league decision is with how it's being reworked a little bit, increasing that munitions cost, increasing the cooldown, and removing the ability to destroy spawns. I think it's still extremely powerful, but it does merit revisiting to see if maybe it's something that can't be re-implemented, because I definitely hear people when they reach out and tickets or to me personally or through the podcast, and they say we don't like that new thing gets immediately banned from competitive play. Like we've played the same game for going on 4 or 5 years now maybe, and I totally get people's, frustration with, hey, we get a new toy and now the league immediately bans it and we're playing the same game. I definitely hear you guys on that one. So, I'll be pushing for a re-examination of it, but we'll have to wait to see what the consensus is there. PC also has banned it, and, at least in its current state. So it's not that TPL is acting in a vacuum here. I think most of the different competitive leagues across the platforms agreed that it is a bit much in how it's currently implemented. So that's the explanation there. It's a lot of talk about commander artillery. We ended up talking about that mostly on the Insiders podcast from Friday on the Insiders podcast channel. That's a podcast that is hosted by Snow of the Sixth and myself, having guests from around the community. We had Osiris on from PZLD. It was actually pretty good timing to have him on with the 30s matches this coming week, but also his experience as a commander with these abilities in mind and how he would use them. So if you want to hear a lot more about that, you should check that out. It's a good time. It's really long, I know, but we did do a match cast within the podcast. So you just want to fast forward to the Update 18 talk. You can just follow along on that ticker on the side and fast forward to the best bits. Check the game thread. Looks like we're just waiting for a couple more on the SVS side, but we might get a map flip soon anyway. So it shouldn't be too much longer now. Again, guys, we do have all the stats here. It looks like loaded up. So you can see the kills and everything will begin to populate as there are kills. Let's see if the server stats are pulling or not, or if maybe this is not working right now. Doesn't look like it is, unfortunately, but at least we'll have the kill numbers at the bottom. At least we should. So excited for that. Always is nice to kind of see what these teams are going to come out with. So the teams are allotted the half hour here at the start of these matches, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Or, they usually doesn't take that long, I should say. So in 30s, I would expect to see, a lot of discussion is always had when you talk about map edge points on how wide these teams are going to play. And I think that point gets even more interesting when you talk on 35. So typically in a 49s, with Pierre's farm laying over here, typically you'll see teams play around till like here at this dugout hill as kind of like the westernmost point. But I think in 35s, you'll probably see 5 points really only being held with a couple guys and then it filling out a little bit more here. Pizza slice is an area we'll talk about a lot. So that's this slice of pizza that you see on the side of the map. So you hear me talking about that. That is what I'm talking about. 5 points is this area. Again, the 5 roads intersecting. You have hockey stick trench, which is this trench line here looking like a hockey stick. And then gardens over here on the red-blue line. So those 3 areas are critically important, even for a point like Pierre's farm, because you basically get to control the map and have that map control if you have AA network. Pizza slice is similarly important. It's very difficult for the access off the rip to get to pizza slice. You have to obviously navigate this tough area. If you choose to navigate that area, you open yourself up to some snipes from the allies. Whether or not that happens, it's less common in Division 9, but that's not to say that it's not been done before. And if you don't choose to go here and risk the snipe, you can choose to do this very, luck-based, it seems, cemetery route, or take the long way around and go around, this way and then all the way around that way. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The tanks obviously are going to be much more minimal. With the fact that we are in the post-update 18 world with only 1 heavy tank being able to be spawned every 10 minutes. And, maybe those out there might say, hey, but Caparzo, it's actually 2 tanks that are allowed, and you'd be correct. But also, the competitive rule set bans the use of the Panther. So while the Americans could technically use the Jumbo and have 2 heavies up at once, like, spawning 2 at once, no one reasonably is going to use the 75 Jumbo, so you don't typically see that happening. So we've seen some really interesting plays this weekend with armor and, in this post-update 18 world. The team that's able to get on top of the heavy battles early, it has a massive advantage. It frees up their team to use more fuel for mediums. It frees up their team to use fuel for half tracks. And overall, it's just a very, very powerful piece of equipment on the map now, a heavy tank. It's not the, you're not really going to see a 3 heavy push nowadays. And if you do, that team that has it is either playing extraordinarily defensively or is absolutely cleaning house on the armor side of things. You see Samel rather, getting some early looks in at Pierre's. I think it's one of the more fun midpoints in the game. We see it being played quite a lot, of course. AA Network is a point that people love as well, but I think competitively you end up seeing Pierre's farm more. I mean, this is just the best map in the game, in my opinion. It's just this and Carentan I really enjoy. Dugout is obviously pretty Axis favored, but Pierre's farm is debatably Allies favored, with AA Network kind of sitting in the middle. So I think it's offers a little something for everyone. The Axis have debatably an advantage on AA, especially in the post update 18, where the German AT have gotten even better with the lack of, with the superior AT weapon, I should say, with the Panzerschreck. Carentan is really a really fun map that I enjoy playing as well. Train Station in particular is probably one of my favorite midpoints in the game. It's just a shame that very often it comes paired with Ruins as the 4th point for the Americans, and that is anyone who's listened to me talk about this game for any amount of time will know that it is we talk about that point and how difficult it is. See Viv in chat biting his fingernails. I'm with you there, buddy. So looks like we'll be starting in 4 minutes at the absolute latest. This should be underway here before too long. Why don't you guys put in the chat your favorite map and midpoints for whatever reason? And I'm totally expecting the answers to be, West Bend and what's the one on Real? Can't think of it right now. Remagen Bridge, maybe. Swing by the teams here in HQ. See everyone congregating mostly in middle HQ on the SVS side. I want to give everyone their their chance on the big screen here in TPL. Check out the SOV side. I think another big spot we'll see Armor playing is this spot that is commonly known as Warner Brothers, with the little tower here. Little elevation spot, lets you kind of see a little bit towards that pizza slice area. I think we'll be getting a map flip here in just a second. See in the thread, teams have said they're ready to go. And again, lucky to be in my own squad for this one, so we'll be a locked SL squad, so we'll get to see all the marks here on the map. Something I love to see during these matches, especially at the start, seeing how teams utilize their map to coordinate at the start. Should be the final countdown here. Scenic views of Pierre's. About to get pretty loud here. Seen a lot of go SOV in the chat. Rooting on your teammates or your favorite team. You know, Sunday is all for these sorts of competitive events. Should get a map flip in 30 seconds. Alrighty, and we are in. To quickly remind myself what team I'm on. It's the Allies. Always fearful of making that mistake, and it looks like we have a straight line here, guys. Oh boy. Oh boy. Love it. Alrighty, so like we said, straight lines, the field, Saint-Marie Dumont, Pierre's farm, Rue de Guerre, and the barn. So whoever, I think this is setting us up for a really big meat grind here, and I'm very thankful for that. And just because I think in 30s it adds so much excitement to it. How's it going, Seth? It is good to have a stream. I am so pumped for this one, especially seeing what the map looks like now. So right off the bat, we're seeing the SVS side come up with their pings. You can see obviously prioritizing this pizza slice area. You have Diamond and Chaos, and Chaos kind of planning his route in here, which I like to see. You see Kilo Squad with Rock moving in towards the artillery, the AA network area. You're going to see Artie with Viejo lining up here to start, and probably going to be walking it back, which is great. Maybe you get a truck early on. Wonder if that's been, prepped and thought about. Still seeing nodes not completely finished yet with just a minute, so would like to see that that get done a little bit quicker and get a couple more ticks out of those nodes. And what I mean by that, guys, is that by the time you have 2 minutes on the match warm-up timer, you should have all your nodes built, because you'll essentially get 2 extra ticks of those nodes building you resources before the wall drops. So you can see they had munitions, but in general, you want to prioritize fuel. I guess that might be an antiquated way of thinking with the update 18 changes, but still worth min-maxing it at the very least. We see the SOV side truly going for that Saint-Marie Dumont area. I don't see them set up for the snipe to get him, or to get these trucks, but we'll see here as the wall has dropped. A little slow out the gate as these guys are still loading up into the truck. They are now on their way. Loaded up on top of this truck, or running. Gonna want to make sure your SLs are in, especially. I mean, oh boy. A little bit of a delayed start there by the SOV side. That is typically why people agree that this is mostly Allied favored off the opening, just because the routes into the point are so much easier. We see one absolutely loaded truck coming down, now navigating around these sorts of trenches here, avoiding that main road, as you might imagine a team doing. But SOV able to get one of their trucks in from the north, or the west side rather. Only looks like it's one SL, which is quite interesting. That artillery might have hit this truck, because you can see them stuck getting out of, they were a little slow getting out there. Then a strafing run comes in, and SVS pulling out all the tricks here to start the game. You're seeing just the amount of control that SVS able to take right away by virtue of getting their truck in close. Pizza Slice totally uncontested right now. I know the higher division players that are watching this are very confused by that, but you know, in 30s, you kind of want to maybe do a more of a full send for the strong cap. And artillery just pounding SOV as they try to cross into this point. Early kills going decidedly to the SVS side. SOV coming back on the kills pretty quickly. Oh, it's going crazy, the kill counter. Can't tell how many the teams have. SOV getting into the point. Just pure grit at this point. After that sort of, I'm sure the opener not going to, you know, their perfect plan. Able to kind of contest this here. And we got a game, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game. We have Samel, who is over here scouting just a minute earlier. Putting that STG to good work. You can see just how many SVS guys are crowding into this hard cap area. We have Z right over there with Lucho, Matthias. I don't think that grenade got the outpost. It did not. Might have been a grenade that he was throwing himself and was killed. And that artillery just kind of cinching the artery of SVS infantry. And Samel is honestly having an incredible play here to start this game. Using that STG to perfect effect in exactly the territory you're supposed to be using it. You can see how difficult it is to make him out in that bush there. Put on the highlights so you can kind of see it a little bit better. Now SVS back on the cap as they take some of that hard cap pressure. Back and forth we go here, guys. Let's take a look at Pizza Slice. Now is being fought over by both of these teams in the way that we kind of expected. Got a lot of SOV fans in the chat. Pretty incredible opener so far. SOV now on the gain. Take a quick look a little bit to our west and you know, back up even, and you can really see the map control that SOV is choosing to go for. Stuff Noti over there as an SL, gonna be able to potentially capitalize over a cap here by his team if he's able to get a garrison up there early. And then you have guys like Spawny over here who, you know, obviously has a little bit tougher of a road ahead of him on that Pizza Slice area, but same sort of thing. The map control that is being shown by SOV after, again, not probably the opener that they hoped they would have, is really awesome. And now SOV already with 78 kills as a team just here in this first 10 minutes, eclipsing that early advantage by SVS. So killing when the kills matter most. And they do look to be on track for a cap here, going up 3-2 with 10 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock, or 10 minutes, sorry, 1 hour, 20 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Let's take a look at the map here. SVS kind of struggling to having got their OPs back up. Fox Squad needs to replace theirs. And then on the map edge, but in general, spawn points wise, SOV doing really, really well. We do see a Greyhound back here. I think he might be a little stuck, but we have Kosovo, man, in a really nice spot. Let's see if we can get his POV here. And this is so valuable. Able to kind of lock down this group of houses here. And he doesn't necessarily need to know what he's shooting at. All that matters is that he's suppressing them. So, you know, looking for those micro movements in the distance and making it easier on his team to, you know, win those gunfights when they're being suppressed. But purely just tossing rounds downrange, and it's something that is very, very, very valuable to his team. We see Baker Squad, that's Nodi over here, getting a garrison up here at the Gardens, which is really big. Obviously, you know, over 600 meters to Rue de Guerre, but going for that map control early on. We're seeing Diego over here. Making a push across this field. And now he's approaching a very important area as he goes down to Bori. But this area, if it can be, you know, sealed off and controlled by the Germans, not that it's hard to get back, but it is a very important leaping off point as Mayo takes out Samel there. We are seeing some progress being made as well on the pizza slice micro battle. Let's join in and get a window into it. You see the medium playing up here for SVS. Not exactly sure where the medium is for. Oh my goodness, they're playing with no medium. That's crazy. No medium tank to start. So SVS with a massive advantage. Wow. I know the tankers out there are absolutely like twitching and itching their necks right now, having seen that. But this medium is going to have an easy road in here to take out this this pizza slice area. Only one AT over here, which sluts. This medium being very well supported by his infantry. Medium being backed off a bit. Big ricochet all the way up into the sky. Front line stabilizing a little bit as we take a look at the map. SOV pushing forward their lines very gradually. That map edge proving to be a difficult area with that tank, as you might imagine. Join in on this meat grind as SOV has surpassed this big area we were talking about earlier, and now is moving to the next group of houses, which is likely where they'll find a garrison, or maybe not. There's just one garrison on the map edge. We're already seeing some cap pressure beginning at 4th, with Diego having swung all the way around with that left hook. We'll call him Norman Schwarzkopf with that sort of move. You know, you know. Oh, but Diego goes down to Tony. Tony with the big frag. And now Momo in a close battle here with Otto. Oh no. Oh no. Otto coming out on top. The battle for the map edge. Kind of swinging back and forth. SOV taking some ground. Medium being backed off all the way to that red-blue, being damaged. Semmel with a glancing blow by the sounds of it. Gets another shot into the back of the turret, just missing that weak rear plate there. But that's a medium that does not want to be here anymore, and he's showing his rear end. See if Schultz can get a nice shot on him. Ooh, Gustav. Oh, now this medium's just being shelled by artillery. Matthias trying to stay on top of him. Artillery seeing that kill count go up and up and up. He is not going to move that artillery. No way, no how. Rep station going to do some work. But gets blown up by Gustav. What a shot. And Gustav looking to follow up that... Oh, but goes down. And that's a medium that's going to have to leave to fight another day. We're seeing some of the SOV guys really have a lot of success on the west side here. Lurie moving in. Looks to be a outpost built, and you know they're trying to work on a garrison, but Ara goes down and they'll pop his outpost for good measure. Bori spawns, catches him off guard, gets one, gets two, but goes down to Lurie. An Alpha squad is extremely close to the enemy garrison. Sharing a wheat field. Seeing Coyote. Oh. Ruvus heard the OP, no doubt. Ara's working back to that garrison, but gets killed by Coyote as well. And if Coyote kind of is like, huh, that's a couple guys that I've killed pretty close to each other. And looks to be seeing more. Tony hits the deck. Oh, and he might know about the garrison there. Let's see what happens with this garrison over here, because if Artie's there, that means it's not here, and that Gary is gone. We're seeing SOV opt for the Tiger, so interesting not to go with the medium at the start, but then take the Tiger. It's not like that opening medium costs you anything, but a bit of an interesting opener there, but it is working for them, so, you know, can't really say anything bad about it. Oh. Is that their medium there? The heavy. So our first heavy engagement might be occurring here at Pizza Slice, or in the vicinity of Pizza Slice. We're seeing SOV make tremendous ground. .76 gets the first shot in. Tiger misses, but looks to be out of sight of that 76. 76 backing up, looking for the angle, not gonna get it. As this Tiger backs up to safety. An accurate ping goes down on it. And if that Tiger is able to win that battle, that's that 76 really has to come out on top there for SVS now. It'd be a extremely clutch kill given the game situation. Tiger puts one into the 76. 76 puts one back into the Tiger. Tiger another one in. I think that first one might have been tracked. Tiger's gonna have to back up here. And does. Oh, it hits off his barrel. Oh, goodness. And both these tanks in need of some repairs. Hans jumping out to get that done. These repairs do take longer now. You see SVS artillery called in on that tank, so potentially dangerous with Dom and Hans out repairing. Might get left out on an island here and force this Tiger into a further retreat. Right now it's only smoke, so I wonder if that's intentional. But at the same time, we're seeing the infantry of SOV making some, again, like tremendous gains here. See Momo kind of entering the hard cap area. Coyote again over here. Kosovo. Object very close to an outpost. One big kill. Gonna pop the outpost here unless Mayo turns around. Nope, Mayo goes down. Object takes the OP. And SOV kind of kicking in the door here. We'll come back to this in a second. How is this heavy battle going over here? Looks to have stalled out with Elias now repairing the heavy. And I think that Tiger now fully repaired. Midpoint beginning to fall once again. Or not midpoint, I'm sorry. Rue de Guerre. Seeing SVS do a pretty large reset here to try to stall this one out. We're seeing the kills counter pretty heavy in the favor of SOV right now. Airhead coming in, and I would believe that this is an SOV airhead. In the middle here, so if Richard saw that or if Diamond saw that. Oh, Richard does see it, Diamond did see it, and they're on it. And honestly, guys, I don't want to be, too critical of anyone in these games because we're looking at a perspective of having all the information in front of us, but would have liked to see that airhead placed maybe more over here or more behind these guys over here and really try to flood one area with the bubble that your infantry is already kind of providing. While those, middle of strong point airheads offer you a lot of reward, there's also quite a bit of risk of, having it taken out before it can be useful. And on the other side of things, we're seeing a bombing run airhead taking place here. But we have Feder over here taking care of that. With these teams trading airheads here. Both of them being taken out on arrival. Join in on this intense battle here for the strong point dome. Gonna take out Rovas. We have Otto again. Otto goes down to dome as well. That MP40 really shining at this engagement distance. And we hear that STG clack as well from Kosovo. Oh my goodness, and that OP spawn wave just getting absolutely torched by that. Oh no! He's gonna go for the outpost, he needs to. He gets it. And now, spawn point wise, we have the garrison in the back and 2 outposts in the front. Or I'm sorry, those are the wrong team's outposts. It is no outpost on the point and the 1 garrison, so let's see this wave from this garrison. This might be very, very large and potentially something that can stop this. We see that heavy is back there and the potential for another heavy engagement here between these 2 tanks. And you're seeing this spawn wave roll on in, and this soft cap might be enough to stop the cap here. And it is. But that heavy in a spot where he can do some damage. Don't know that he is aware of the... Oh goodness. So that's 76 in a position where he can potentially save his team. He is very well pinged, but still the Tiger getting the first shot. 76 trades back. Tiger just needs to stay put and hit this shot. And he does, and that is a dead 76 for SOV. Big kill this Tiger being on the field enables this infantry push. If he could just pull back now, sit, you know, behind this house here, he can just splash and splash and splash. Each splash taking out, you know, 3 enemies right now. But even so, SOV continuing the cap pressure here, aided by their Tiger tank. And with one more tick, they do take it. And it is 4-1 SOV here with 58 minutes left on the clock. Still, a lot of cleanup work to be done for SOV if they're going to clear this out and move on to the 5th point and keep this lightning advance moving forward. Let's take another look at the map. OP was replaced by Item Squad, but is in a precarious position. Baker Squad retreating back to territory where he can reset. We see a map edge garrison already set up by SOV, which is incredibly well done. That enables them to get a garrison around, you know, call it over here, even closer if they wanted to. And, you know, the only thing that you can maybe complain about with this garrison is that they can't then build one here, but I don't necessarily think that that's a good spot to build the garrison anyway. So, really good job there by SOV in that cap and immediate post cap. But yep, they're working on cleaning up this midpoint, or this strong point here. Just Irete left. Richard taking shots at the Tiger. Uh-oh. And this would be a big play. Oh no. Finally, a real artillery shell dropped, and Sherry was very scared with all those smoke shells dropping around him. Just looking to see if any further heavies respawn. They still might be on cooldown. So you're seeing now SOV already moved up to, which I would consider the next, like, must-have point, which is this radar dish, or array, perhaps. If you're able to get there, then you can really kind of begin your assault on the barn. So Lurie, Object Coyote, these guys not SLs, but if Momo's able to get up there, and then, you know, Spawny able to get up there, or, you know, stay where he is, use this tank to fill this neutral ground here that is just a mess to fight over. I'd like to see maybe 2 rep stations here, and then you can really do whatever you want to on the attack. Seeing 2, 3 ATs on your screen. Tony, Richard, Bori, gonna be intent on taking out that tank. Flash probably looking to get some revenge. But a really well-oiled machine, SOV here, building this front line back up. We do see some backline shenanigans. Item Squad, I believe, able to get this garrison built. Being locked out, so, and, you know, we see it as available, but this is locked out. It's just to be able to distinguish between the other team's locked out garrison, so. Obviously, you can't have a warm garrison in the red zone. It is open or not. Gustav looks like gets a double with that rocket shot. We're hearing Lucky bursting this MG like a real expert. And you're seeing this intersection, which is sort of what this having this radar array allows you to do, is push this intersection. And when you have this intersection, you really have them kind of against the wall. You can cordon them into the corner of the map here. So start your push here and then push to the glider and down this road. And then you leave them with just the strong point and the area really just behind this house to build the garrison, which, you know, your artillery should be absolutely pounding. See them calling enemy supplies out that were dropped over here. We're already seeing pressure on this final point by the SOV guys. And a little bit of cap pressure, just enough to get the message to pop. Gustav with the big kill, that AT kit. You're seeing as that notification popped up, you're having guys like Maverick running back. But then you're having guys like Terminator, 28-0, chasing them. And SOV pushing in, P-Strike coming out, I imagine on this tank here. Or not. Not sure where that went, but that Tiger takes out an AT gun. .76 now coming out of the spawn. I don't know if they're going to have any advanced intel over this. Maybe Momo is able to see it and give it word to the Tiger, because that'd be huge. Or Samel is probably your best bet at this point to see it. But he's looking to kind of own this intersection. And here comes the 76, and here is the Tiger, and he's looking that way. Or at least he was. They might have a slight chance of engaging each other right here. And there, Tiger sees him, Tiger stops, 76 sees him, 76 takes the first shot, gets him. Oh, and a wreck by the Tiger. This Tiger needs to get out of town. But the 76 able to take him out, and that is a huge kill to prevent this Tiger from just rolling on into the strong cap like he did before. We see a half track being used by Jonker over here. We see a red zone garrison actually also in the HQ. Momo and his squad having an outpost right there as well, but it's going to be quite the battle here. Seeing all those extra personnel being dedicated to Momo's outpost. But this 76 is going to be a problem for these guys. Gomez not able to get the outpost. Big kill by Coyote. And now it's really just this tank holding this point for SVS. Samel pushing right in. Gonna get Maverick. Oto right over there as well. I think he sees this outpost here, went for the grenade, and gets it. What a Kobe over there by Samel. And Samel continues to go off here. And now I hope everyone can appreciate just how important that 76 winning that battle is, because if he didn't, it would just be that Tiger in the hard cap anyway, and we might be saying GG's here by now. Terminator and Samel all moving in. Terminator absolutely wasting this garrison spawn. Samel might have eyes on it. Terminator doing exactly as his name sounds, absolutely terminating this team, and he does see the garrison, or maybe not. Sometimes you can't appreciate how thick this wheat field is. But I imagine we'll see another big spawn here. Eee. Terminator taking out their point garrison, leaving nothing really close, to be honest with you. And it's going to be Samel versus this Tiger, this 76. And he has exactly what he needs to take it out. And now that the 76 has reasserted his place in the... Oh, and there's the satchel going off. And now we're seeing that cap pressure really kick off here. Garrison has been reestablished by SVS further back up to the north, but with so much SOV being in here, it's going to be tough to fight your way back in. Still, though, that is a extremely large spawn wave there. Terminator against the team. What is he able to do? He just gets firing squatted. Cap pressure still going. We are over half cap. Can Samel pull off another play here this game? Oh no. Maverick goes down too. Pressure going both ways. Oh, the strafing run takes out Kosovo. Defense is returning. Only there's an airhead, a couple OPs, and then an OP on the west side here. I think this is too far for artillery to be hitting. In fact, and there's the bombing run by SOV. Gustav with a kill. A little cap pressure on Rue de Guerre. half cap on, or nearing half cap on the barn here. Momo, Coley now all in with their squads. We have Spawny, Andres, all SLs pushing into the point here, and I think this is as good of a chance as you'll see SOV have in this game. Bombing run has already been used, so no bombing run get out of jail free card here. And SOV coming down to the wire here. And they will indeed look to secure the 5-0 victory here on Saint Marie Dumont. What a match. Lightning fast attack by SOV to seal it against SVS at the end. What a real pleasure this one was to cast, and you know, SOV looked like the better team and came out with the win. So congratulations to them. Awesome, well played match by SVS as well. So keep your head high and just look forward, because there's always going to be a next match, and in this game, anything could happen all the time. So until then, though, guys, I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend, and looking forward to some more TPL action next weekend with Division 1s through 5. So until then, though, everyone, take care and have a great rest of your day. This is your friend Caparzo. We will see you next time. See ya.
Just a game, two teams locked, steel against steel. Premier League pride, the fire is real.
Keep it close, keep it tight. 1 point turn can change the night.
Every call out, every breath, victory dances with sudden death. St. Marie Thunder, crowd stands tall, Division 9, the heart of it all. The league ignites, we're in the fight, Pierce farm, flames through the night. SVS, SOV, who claims the ground? TPL rolls with the crowd, smiles down.
Hold the line, never break. Week 4 burns, it's 3 we make. TPL lives with the braille. TPL lives with the bell. TPL lives.
TPL rolls with the crowd, smiles
TPL lives with the crowds. TPL rods with the brows. TPL.
Every game ends, we're in the fight. Traitors farm, flames through the night. SVS, SOV, who claims the ground? TPL rolls with the crowd, sound sad.
TPL rods with the brows. TPL rods with the crowd. TPL lounge.
TPL rolls with the crowd, sound sad. Division down, the flags unfurl, hell let loose. Our league, our world.